Okay, let's stand really tall. We want to get our bodies stretching and moving. Just see how you feel. You might not want your arms up that high. You might want to bring them forwards. Just feel like you're stretching across the upper back, a little bit to the side, up high. Just notice how everything is feeling. And where are you tight? Is it down here? Is it tight down in the butt of the hip? Is it up through the shoulders? Is it your waist? Is it everywhere? And let's come back down and just start to roll the shoulders. Then both together. And then one and the other, and let your body just move in a flowing way. However you want to, small moves, big moves. Let the hips move. Start to follow and look towards the back or the side. And then bring the hands in and just the circles of the shoulders. Then back the other way. And again the other way. Lovely, okay, relax there. I just want you to step forwards and backwards and forwards and backwards. So not really a lunge, more of a step. It is a lunge, but just the same side every time. Step forward, come back. Step forward, come back. So we're bending the knee, keeping the foot above, sorry, not the foot above anything, the knee above the foot. Thinking about our balance. And one more. Change legs, do the same on the other leg. Just a little bit of a warm up, but also how wobbly do we feel? Do we feel wobbly or like really nicely balanced? Notice the foot strike as you come down, heel through to the ball of the foot, how it feels. Ooh, furniture. One more time. Brilliant. And then come back in and grab yourself a prickly ball, if you have one, or a tennis ball, or some sort of ball. We want to improve our movement quality and our balance with our foot release. So we're going to start to just press and push. Yes, bare feet if you like. Any layers of socks and things are going to reduce the intensity of the feeling of it. So get closer if you want to. Just pushing. This is great for balance. Your core, just think about your deep abdominals working here. Nice posture, not tensing up. So try the different edges of the foot, the inner edge and the outer. And then staying with the same foot, let's squash that ball as much as you feel comfortable with through the ball of the foot. So grip it with your toes, put some weight into it, lift your toes up. Grip with your toes and lift them up. So all we're doing is pushing down, getting some pressure into the ball of the foot and moving the toes. It feels like you're stretching, like when we lay down with the ball under the arm and then move the arm around, it changes how it feels in the shoulder. Same thing here. Let's push slowly forward. Oh, that's intense. Pushing very slowly, a little way forwards, just a little way. And then let's linger there. And again, grip with the toes and lift the toes. And rock a little bit as well. So we're just getting a change of compression in the same area. And push a bit more right into the middle of the foot. You can grip the toes and lift the toes. And rock. And push a little bit more. Again, just moving again. A little bit more into the heel. Watch you don't fling off of it. Just nice pressure down. Gripping and stretching the toes out. A little movement side to side. And then eventually we just step off. Notice how that foot feels in comparison to the other one. Is it good? Yes, springy. Excellent. Let's do the other side. The same thing again. Balanced. Nice presses. That's it. Inner edge. And the outer. And then we're going to go back to the ball of the foot, put the heel on the floor, depending on the size of the ball, and press and grip with the toes and then lift them up. They don't lift very high, do they, when the ball's there? But grip and lift. Push forwards a little way. I definitely think this is like squeezing a tube, toothpaste or tomato puree, and you're trying to really squeeze forward. Moving the fluid within. Little squeeze side to side. Pressing forwards a little bit more. Moving those toes. A little bit more. And then finally moving towards the heel. Make sure you've got your balance. You ready? We're going to step off. Take the ball out of the way so you're safe, and then just see how your feet feel. Let's go back to that stepping. So we've got foot forwards, foot back. Hopefully you feel lighter on your feet. Possibly a little bit more springy. One more time. And let's change legs. Step forward and back. Imagine how tall you are. Imagine you've grown taller and you're springier, lighter on your feet. One more. And if you've got any space at all, have a little walk round. Just any space, little circles, or forwards and backwards. And just be really aware of how much of your foot is touching the ground, how you have a springy arch. You can feel the foot when it rolls, you feel the heel, then you feel the outer edge, and then you feel the ball sort of rolling across, almost like a semicircle of your foot. Heel, outside edge, and the ball of the foot. So as you're walking, that's kind of what you feel. Don't know if you're feeling it. Are you feeling it? You're feeling springy? Yeah, you're feeling your feet a bit more aware of them. Brilliant. Okay, let's stand upright. And just imagine you've just got out of bed, and this happened to me this morning. I thought, oh, I need a stretch. And then your body does that kind of ripply feeling grab you like a yawn without your mouth yawning. And your body just goes with that stretch and loves it and wants you to stretch. I'm sure that's what happens to dogs and cats every time they move and they have a stretch before they pounce off. So let's just imagine we're having that. Right into the hip if you can. Get everything to move wherever you want it to go. So we're adding a bit of rotation. We're adding a bit of extension, lifting up. A little bit of flexing. And really, you can hold on to your opposite wrist and pull if you like. Really getting that stretch in all different positions. By taking the leg behind and then going away from it. Pressing the hip away. And then the other side. Try and create length from the fingertips right the way back to the foot that's planted into the floor. And then relax again. Really good. Okay, so let's use a chair or a wall. I don't really mind which, but if you want to try a chair, I'll bring mine over so you can see what to do there. into a flex position like this. So you could do it on a higher surface, it's a little bit easier. If you want to, you could do it against the wall. Your fingers won't, you might not want to go flat though. Okay, it needs to not push. You know when you put it on the floor, it's not going to slide away. You put it against the wall or on a mat. Okay, it doesn't matter if you're not facing me, you can look around and then just lose yourself in the exercise. So step 1 meter to 1.5 meters away, depending on how tall you are and how long your body and your arms are and how much you can reach. So we're going to stretch here, head between the arms, bending the knees as much as you need to. Now, don't worry about looking too much now, just to get into position and start to bend one knee while you straighten the other. And then switch legs. And switch again. Notice what you can feel in your body, in your shoulders, in the hamstrings, back of the legs, in the calves. And play with the movement if you want to. If you want to wiggle your toes, you want to rock your foot side to side, or press your hips more out to the side, it's all fine. On the side of the bent leg, press the shoulder down a bit more. Keep switching. And then start some rotation. So we're going to rotate towards the straight leg. Press the shoulder down behind you, look under the arm and change, and look under the arm. Not too much weight on your hands. And then let's just try bending both knees and straightening, doesn't have to be fully, but straightening both legs and bending and straightening. If you feel like there's too much weight on your hands, come forwards a little bit with your feet and try and keep more weight through your feet. This time, we're going to straighten up a little bit, take the weight into the feet, fingertips only on the chair, so you know your weight is in your feet. Let your arms go, let yourself relax over a little bit, you don't have to flex right down. Bend the knees, lift the chest up and push up to stand up tall. Reach up. Feels so good to have a stretch up after that. That's it. And release down. Lovely. Let's go sideways. So it could be on the wall, which will be a little bit easier. If you're high up on a wall, this is going to be easier. If you're down here on a chair, this is going to be a lot harder on your shoulder. Okay? So you choose which is going to suit you. Right. We're going to go onto the chair, feet together, find where you feel comfortable, kind of side bend position, hand directly under the shoulder. We're reaching up, lifting the hips, and then lowering the hips towards the chair. It's like the full side bend on the floor, but not as hard. You haven't got quite as much of your weight to lift when you're higher up. So something higher up, like a table or a worktop, is going to be a little bit easier. And again. Okay, this time we're going to go up and then rotate, go under. Have a look first. Going to thread through, hitch at the hips, and come back over the top. Okay, so fold at the hips, nice long back, thread through, and come back and over. Well done. 2 more times. Come out with the hips, so the legs are on top. Sorry, the hips and the legs are on top of your feet. One more. Can you do it one more time and have a look first? I'm just pulsing through. So I'm doing a little press, press, press. Come join me. 3, 2, 1. Come back through, reach over, and then step in and stand up. Woo, try out that side. The other side feels like it's been working hard. Yeah, we're not going to turn around just yet. We're going to go face on again. This time, we're going to come back, bend the knees, lengthen. Let me show you. We're going up onto the balls of the feet and round the back up in the air. So we lift as high as we can. Then we sink back down. Okay, so I want you to go up and lift and tuck your chin in and round the back. Then sink back down, lift the head slightly. And lift up, cat stretch towards the ceiling and lower back down. Lift up. Lower back down. Lift up, round the back. One more time, long spine, hips push back. And then we're going to lengthen the legs with the long spine. Bring one knee in towards the chest, round the back. And then take that leg out behind. Now you can take it up high. Oh, blimey, I'm in a plant. I'm going to use the other leg. Going to take it up high if you feel you can. And move it around like an octopus's tentacle, wherever you want to take it. Now it could come over to the front, near the front of the chair if you like, or under the chair, or over to the side, behind you, or up in the air. Wherever you want to go with it. You can bend the leg, you can open the hip, and then bring it back down. Okay? And then hips go back out, bend the knees, come up onto the balls of the feet, round the back again. Sink down. And again, lift up, round the back, tuck your chin in. Sink back, and here we go again. We're going to lift the other leg, pick it up, wherever you want to go with it. I need my chair further forward. We're going to go anywhere you want to go. I'm coming over towards you with my foot. I'm going to go down the side of the chair. I'm going to go under. You can go anywhere. So, octopuses look for food with their tentacles. That's what you're doing. Then when you finish, foot back down. Lengthen the spine. Take the weight off your hands. Let your hands fall down. Bend the knees. Lift the head, lift the chest. Stand back up. Reach for the ceiling. Well done. Stretch here again. And we're going to swap sides. I'm going to turn my chair around. Okay, so we're sideways on again. Hope you're feeling good and lively. So make sure you're sturdy. The chair isn't going to move. Your hand feels comfortable. And we start to reach and let the hips sink and up. So just remember, arm higher on the wall, and this will be a nice stretch and a little bit easier on your shoulder. Straight up and down. And this time we'll go up first, and then we're going to bend at the hips and go under. Thread through. Look underneath your arm. Come back over the top. And then under, pitch at the hip, thread through. And over. Well done. Under again. Notice where you feel tight when you're moving. For me, it's the underneath hip is getting, and legs getting a really good stretch there. And then this side of my body on the top side there really feels it. Let's stay there and pulse. Stretching through. Pressing. Polka dots. Painted polka dots from your fingers all over the wall if it was nearer you. And then come back through, reach it up, release, step in, and stand up again. Whoa, come up. Lovely. Okay, I'm going to turn this around again so I can see you and sit on it. And I'm going to take, so if you're used to doing this lifting of the arms, you might want to hold a weight. You might not want to. You might want to try without. If you're not sure what we're doing, I'd leave it out. You can also do this standing. I'm going to take my arms up. You could just link your hands and do a little rippling movement through the upper body here. So the abs are strong. The lower back needs to be reasonably still. So it's not all lower back here like this. Okay, the pelvis is still. Upper back, rib cage and pubic bone, like I'm pulling on my sports bra there, up and up and up and up. Tummy tight, and we're getting a little bit of extension. And then we're going to go forwards and allow the spine to flex as we come down. Then we come back up again. So now, let me make this a lot easier if you wanted to. We could go hands on thighs, push up, and then reach up. We could go hands on thighs, roll over, and push up. So there's ways of making it easier. You can slow it down if you need to. So we're going to go 5 or 6 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, and down and up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and down. And I said 5 or 6 and did 4, didn't I? You could be standing. Really strong through the hips, bend the knees to come down. Breathe. Last time. And we're up, and then we rest back down again. Fantastic. Okay, this time we're going weeding. This is fascia of the lumbar spine, all around here. Put your hands on it, and probably at some point you'll have felt tight there. I know I do regularly. So think about where it gets tight, all around the waist. Give it a really good rub. So flatten out the clothes. Give it a good rub, because it actually helps. If you're ever stiff there, get your knuckles into it. Give it a real nice quick kind of massage to help loosen everything up, and flex forward as you do it, and then extend and flex and extend, and as you extend, rotate and rotate the other way and flex forward, and a little bit of rotation, a little bit the other way and up, and extending, we go sideways and sideways the other way, and lastly back to center. A little bit of flexion through the spine and sideways, lateral flexion there and the other way, and come back up. Relax your shoulders. That's the only thing, it's a bit hard to work on the shoulders. Right, so we should feel a bit looser now. One hand on that area, and we're going to come down towards the floor, and if it's too low, imagine you've got big weeds right up here, and we're going to pull the weeds, the very gentle weeds. We're going to pull them out, okay? Or we can come down to the floor, and the movement is going to come from under your hand. Pull, pull. Breathe out, breathe out, breathe out. Move your hands around. The weeds are everywhere. They're all around your feet. They're all over the place. They're popping up behind you and in front of your feet. And then come back up and change arms. Other hand. Okay, so feel that the movement is coming springily from your lumbar spine, from that fascia under the skin, under your hand, moving around. A few more times. Great. You'll find your own rhythm is slower or quicker for each of you. If you're more cautious, it will be a bit slower, but when you get more comfortable with it, the rhythm is your rhythm, whether it's really quick or whether it's slower. And then when you're ready, come back up. Fantastic. Okay, gonna come back up again, clear the way, and then see how you feel. Are you starting to feel more wiggly, more bendy through the back? I hope so. And better. Right. Now, Achilles tendons are the kind of like the fire in our springiness. All right, the fuel. Let's have a little bounce, which doesn't have to mean jumping, because the balls of the feet can stay on the floor, and we're just bouncing about. But you could go 1 foot at a time. Lift one off the floor if you want to. You can start to change your angles at the hips. So we're getting more joints into this. We can let our arms almost bounce in their sockets. And then we'll rest. And just breathe. And then we're going to do that again. Have a little bounce. So you could be, it's not jump, 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 because that's definitely muscles. We want to make this as quick as you want to go, as it feels right for you, and springy. Like you've just got rebound elasticity moving you. And then rest. Okay? Let's do it again. It feels quite good to just let go, doesn't it? As well. Ragdoll. Disco. Rock and roll. Twisting. And relax. I'll tell you what feels good is having a bit more energy. That feels good. One more time. Let's do it. And stop. When it starts to get tiring and you start to feel like your muscles, you've done a bit too much, or that's the point to stop. Doesn't mean it's wrong. You're starting to get a workout for your muscles rather than the Achilles tendon and the springiness in the joints. Right, we're going to go down. I'm going to just maneuver this out of the way a bit because I'm going to grab the roller and come down to the floor. Okay, have you got a roller? And sit on the floor with your feet on it. And just start pulling your knees in so that your Achilles is on the roller, or are on the roller. And I've turned my toes in towards each other. Tummy muscles pulling in, open the chest, turn the feet out like a frog. Knees out, feet out as well. And then we can go back in to the center. And then the other way. Good. Now if you want to, one foot on the floor, you can just do one, or you could lift yourself up if you feel strong enough and really get that roll, get a bit of weight. You could even put the other leg on top. That's horrible. You're hardcore if you're doing that. That is horrible. And then the other side. If you're a bit tender in the Achilles, you probably don't need to do that. Oh, there. Oh. Yeah. So the lifting is all optional. It doesn't have to be really hard, doesn't have to be really intense what we're doing, it can be really gentle. Now, let's just feel. I want you to follow your Achilles with your hand, up your leg, inside, squeezing it, into the calf. It becomes the calf muscle about halfway up. It becomes this muscle there. So there it is, but also go down and follow it down, becomes the fascia of the foot, and it joins into the plantar fascia of the underneath of your foot there. So that all under here comes through into there. Okay, so we just want to do that on the other foot as well. Feel it. Notice that big, thick spring that makes you like a kangaroo. I come up. Oh, I never liked having my calves massaged by anybody, including me. Oh, intense. Oh. And then down again. And follow it through, right down past the heel into that arch underneath. And feel that stringiness of the fascia underneath the foot that we've already had a lovely massage on with the balls. Brilliant. Right, just a little bit on the calves now. So going from the Achilles through into the calf muscles. You don't have to lift up. You could just relax and do it like this. You could put the other leg on top, put a little bit of pressure down, then not have to lift the hips, or you could lift your hips if you're feeling strong enough. Okay. So we're changing our angles, and we're going to stay on one leg. Look for any sensitive areas in the middle of the muscle. Put the other leg on top if you want to. And just start to press and roll slowly. Try and find if you've got any trigger points in there. Try not to have your shoulders around your ears, so open up the chest, that's it. Change your hand positions, come out a bit, sit up if you need to, have a break. And let's try the other leg, see if that's got anything going on. Yes, there. Oh, just finding the spot. There's usually something. And also flexing and pointing the toes can make a difference. Putting the weight of the other leg on. There. Oh, sorry. Jumping out of my skin. Oh, right there. Not sure I can keep doing that. That's tiringly intense. It's funny when you find something you didn't even know you had. And my calves and my Achilles are fine, but that side of my body, my hip and my side of my back are really tight. So it could be coming from here or made worse by there. Swap legs if you need to, I'm just sticking to this one. So slow compression, slightly moving, squeezing our imaginary sponge. Trying to make those stuck fibers move again and rehydrate. I think we need a break from our arms, don't we? Okay, just come up for me again, will you? One more time. We're nearly down for good. Have a little bounce about, maybe do your little lunge forwards and back. See if you're starting to feel athletic. Bouncy, springy, ready to go for a little bit of a really brisk walk or a jog. Might be a bit chilly and dark, but okay. Are you feeling springier? Yeah, excellent. Yeah, it's very bouncy. Right, brilliant. Now, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to go down and just finish off with a really nice restful release for the back. Going to get 2 prickle balls and a chair. In fact, I think I'll move my chair around so I can see you as well. Like that. You don't have to have the chair, that's optional. But it's quite nice to put the feet on. So we're going to lay underneath like this. Okay, so you want to just have something that you can put them on the sofa if you like, if it's in the right place. Or a buffet, whatever you have. All right, you've got your 2 balls ready. Something for your head if you need it. We're going to start off with these quite high up in the trapezius muscles. We're just going to do a little go in 3 different places on the back. So they go either side of the spine, quite high. Now you could keep your hips down, or if you feel you can, we're going to do a bit of a bridge up. Arms really relaxed, a low bridge, the bottom comes away from the floor, lost the floor there. We've got the weight on the balls. I want you to just start to do little tiny figure of 8s with your hips. Relax your feet. If you want to, take your arms up as well, you can move them around. If it's too intense to lift the hips, you don't have to, just do the little figure of 8s with your weight down. Or put your soft ball under your hips to take some of the weight so it's not so intense on the shoulders and the arms, the back, upper back. So just a little bit of a boogie actually with this music, isn't it? And then slowly come back down, and we're going to take those balls out of there, come around underneath, so same side with the ball, and then, so it's underneath the shoulder blades, just on the edge of the shoulder blades, the bottom edge. Then we're coming back into bridge, and we're doing the same thing again. Just little wiggles, so we've got compression on the same area, staying in the same area of our back. We've moved down obviously, but we're now staying in the same spot, but we're moving around it. We've got this movement going on. We can lengthen our arms, stretch them out, circle them if you want to. Stretch your fingers, press your palms away. And then we're going to come back down gradually and take the balls and move them into the curve of the waist. And then the hips are off the floor. We've got the weight on the balls and we do those little wiggles. Little wiggles. Where we had our knuckles earlier in the mid-back. Just a brief one. Let's lift the hips, go straight down to the buttocks. Right in the middle, let your hips sink down. Bring your knees in towards your chest and give them a hug in, squeeze them in. Take them further away so the weight's on the balls and just circle the knees in the same direction as each other, circling around and back the other way. If you have the space where you are, we're going to do a hip flexor stretching. Otherwise, you might want to turn sideways if you've got the sofa there or something. Hold on to one leg, take the other one down the side of your chair and lengthen through the hip. Or just pivot yourself around a bit. Change sides. Hold on, thigh in towards your body, stretch the other leg down. That's nice. And release that. Let's take those balls out, rolling the spine back down, roll over, sit yourself back up, and we are going to get some breathing going. I hope you feel really good and relaxed. Now, in this next section of the class, you can lay down, you can sit in the sofa, lay on bed, lay on your back, on your side, whatever. Just make sure you're comfortable and you can move. You don't have to stay in the same position. So make sure you're warm enough. All right, you're feeling good. You okay? Yeah? Excellent, good. Right, I'm going to keep the music the same for the first couple of minutes. We're just going to get some breath going with that beat. 1, 2, 3. It's like a double beat. I'm going to keep my phone near so I can change the music around. If you're sitting on your bum on the floor, you might want to sit on a block or something just to lift you up a bit to make you comfortable. We'll use a wedge. Okay. So sitting, laying, however, and remember, you know, between sections you might want to change position, or you might, when you're in, if you're on your back or you're sitting, don't worry about moving, you know, have a wiggle, move your knees side to side, stretch your arms out if you want to, just don't get uncomfortable. Okay, so let's rest ourselves and just start to think about bringing our breath into the nose, in through the nose, out through the nose as well, if you're comfortable with that. So when you're exercising, especially when you're doing cardiovascular exercise, you're going to need to start breathing out through your mouth. When you're breathing more heavily, you're going to still try and breathe in through the nose. When you're creating that intra-abdominal pressure to do a hard abdominal exercise as well, we deep breath out like you're breathing through a straw or blowing into a ball, blowing up a balloon, that kind of feeling, creating that internal pressure. In through the nose, warming the air as it comes in. So we want to warm the air to the correct temperature for the lungs, and that's what the nasal cavities are designed to do, whereas the mouth isn't going to do that at all. It's going to clean it, it's going to help disinfect, and the nitric oxide in the nasal cavities is going to help to be antiviral, antifungal, antibacterial. It's got really good benefits in the body. It's within the body as well, but we have, the more we breathe through the nose, the more we create and bring down into the lungs. It's really good to do that, to breathe as intended. I want you to think about homework as being to catch yourself out. Suddenly think, am I breathing? Maybe leave a note around the house. Am I breathing through my nose, or have I got my mouth open while I'm watching telly, or while I'm walking the dog, or whatever, you know? Try and close it unless you're eating, drinking, singing, talking. So just through the nose, in through the nose. Let's do a count of 4. And out through the nose to a count of 6. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And in. And out. In and out. And in, wide, right down to the sides of the lungs, into the tummy, and out. And in. Out for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and in. And in. And exhale. 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale deeply. Exhale slowly, just trickle that air out. Breathe in and out. Feel the tummy narrowing, lifting with the diaphragm. Breathe in wide. And out. And in. This time we're going to breathe in for 4, 3, 4. Hold your breath. 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe out. Hold your breath. 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in. And hold it. Breathe out. And hold. Breathe in. Hold it. Breathe out. Hold it. Breathe in. And hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in. And hold. Breathe out. Just breathe. So we're now going to think about holding our breath for a little bit longer and build up to doing a timed breath hold. Okay? So we're just going to try and extend that exhalation to 8 and then hold our breath for up to 8. You can ignore me and just do your breath yourself if you want to, okay? If it feels like it's too long. So we're going to breathe in for 8, hold for 8, breathe out for 8, hold for 8. That's quite long, all right? So you can do 6 or 5 or go back to 4. Okay, let's get ourselves ready. Change position if you want to. When you're holding your breath, if you feel like you're running out of air internally, have a little wiggle of the rib cage. Little movement, take your mind off, distract you. Also, just create a little bit of movement within the lungs, which could create a little bit more oxygen exchange within the lungs, okay? So let's take a breath in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold it. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Slow exhalation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold it there. Breathe in slowly, quietly. Hold it if you can. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe slowly. Hold it there. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in, don't gasp. And hold it. And breathe out. you can. Breathe in. Hold it. Let it go slow. And then hold last time. And breathe, just breathe. Whatever's comfortable for you. Okay, so I'm going to use my little clock here and time you. Well, you can let you time yourselves really. We're going to aim to hold our breath without that jolting of the diaphragm. So if you get that feeling that your body is telling you it wants you to breathe, that's the time to stop. That's the time to just remember the time and just see where you get to and see if you can improve on it each time, okay? So there's no stress. You can move while you're holding your breath, and if you need to breathe, please breathe. Okay, so let's aim for 20 seconds if you can. Aim for 30, aim for 40, some of you 50, some of you 60. We won't go beyond that. I know some of you can do that. Some just want to stop at 18 seconds. That's absolutely fine. Do what you can do, okay? So just take a breath in and out again. Take a breath in. Are you ready? And hold. That's 5. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, don't worry if you start again, 40, 45, 50, 5, and 60. Well done. Just keep breathing. If you've improved on before, that's all you've got to do is just keep feeling more relaxed, more able to withstand that response of the body telling you to breathe when your carbon dioxide builds up. So you become more resilient to that. It's a really good thing. Okay, so let's just relax in whatever position you like for the very final 2 minutes, okay? Just going to see if I can bring this down a little bit for you to here. Okay. More than 2 minutes, I think, maybe more like 4. Okay, let's relax the shoulders back, lengthen the back of the neck. However you're sitting or laying, we still want to not have our shoulders up around our ears. We still want to have the chin tucked in a little bit, nice length in the back of the neck, a neutral spine. With either your hands relaxed beside you or on your tummy, I want you to just breathe in through the nose as deeply as you can into your abdominals. Feel the diaphragm come down as the lungs fill, which is what makes you feel like your tummy is inflating. And then relax slowly and feel the tummy pulling in and up under the rib cage a little bit. And that's definitely accentuated more when you're laying down because of gravity as well. Just low and slow with your breath, so there's no particular timing. Just extending that exhalation. We're going to do an extending exhalation on each breath. It's going to get a little bit longer, okay? So we're just going to breathe in for 4 and then out for 4. And out, 1, 2, 3, 4. And in, 1, 2, 3, 4. Out, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In, 4, 3, 2, 1. Out, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In, 4. Out, 7, 5, 3, 2, 1. In, 4. Out, 8, 7, 3, 2, 1. In, 4. Out, 9. Breathe in. Out, 10. 4, 3, 2, 1. In, 4. Out, 11. In, 4, 3, 2, 1. Out, 12. It's our longest one. In, 4, out, 12. In, 4, out, 11. In, 4, out, 10. And in, out, 9. In, 4, out, 8. In, 4, 3, 2, 1. Out, 7, 6. In, 4, out, 6. In, 4, 3, 2, 1. Out, 5, 2, 1. In, 4, out, 4. And in. And just low and slow for a few more seconds at your own pace. just start wiggling our toes, wiggling our fingers, moving the body a little bit side to side, twisting or moving the knees, moving the head. If you're sitting, you might want to grab your thighs and stretch forwards. If you're laying, you might want to bring your knees into your chest. Just have a little stretch there. If you're sitting, you might want to just sit up and stretch tall to the ceiling, just to start lengthening. And then when we bring the feet back down, let's just roll over. If you're on the ground, you can stay down there if you like, and I can ignore you and switch off and leave you to chill, or come and tell me how you're feeling. Hopefully really good and chilled out and relaxed.